All right, I mean, guys, I think we just got to start this. We got to get through this. Start the stream with the uh the drama. I'm so tired of this. The game is unplayable. The game has it's a terrible experience. Star Citizen, here we are, and it's time to. They finally responded because we gave them crap for not responding, I guess. Xylo on Spectrum. We commented briefly on the delay interaction in our Monday blog, so I'll repost it here and then add some additional context below. All right. If you haven't read the Monday blog yet, I'll read it. Despite anticipating some turbulence during its initial release, we always recognize the importance of persistent entity streaming as the most difficult and complex component of our efforts to enable server meshing. The engineers required for PES has the engineering, I'm sure the engineers as well, has been expensive as it fundamentally alters how we record the state of the universe and introduces an unprecedented level of persistence that is unmatched by other games. Okay. Same thing they've been saying the whole time. We know that it's going to be problematic. We knew as well. Nobody complaining. Okay, some people probably. I am not complaining about the issues around PES. Okay? We'd like to note that we're aware of the various issues that have popped up during Xenothreat. They didn't just pop up during Xeno, they popped up in other situations, and they put in fixes that absolutely fix them in the short term, I guess, or when the server wasn't under extreme load, including the interaction delays causing things like ASOP terminals, restocking, and general interactions not to function properly, as well as issues related to desync, which the desync is the worst I've ever seen it. The team is currently collating and analyzing the vast amount of data they have received thanks to your participation and the tremendous amount of traffic only possible on the live servers. That's where we stop the bus. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Every single one of these issues popped up on the PTU. Every single one of them. I've been saying it since the beginning. Every single one of them popped up on the PTU. There is a issue council report for all of them. Absolute BS. Saying you had to do this on live when this is just a part of your... Here's the deal. This isn't necessarily to sell ships, but this is part of the community team, the marketing team, the ship selling team, whatever you want to call them, their usual business. Hold on, I'm sick. There. It's part of their usual, patch rotation. We put out a patch. We put out a free fly. We put out some ship sales where they raised the price of the Hurricane. That's still not a good thing, even though they told us a while ago. They run an event, whether it's Xeno, Siege, Jumptown, whatever it happens to be. They run an event around it, and they do some contests. This is the same thing they've been doing forever, right? The issue here is that they knew that it was problematic because of how bad it was on the PTU. It was just as unplayable on the PTU as it is on live, okay? Now, the issue is there. They have a chance to kill it. They won't, but they have a chance to. So fingers crossed they do. Do what you do now. If you're 100% dedicated to getting rid of this thing, go for it. But there's no chance you have the player buy-in and people playing right now because the play sessions have to be down in time significantly, right? You log in, you try to get out of your bed, you teleport back to it 15 times. You see another player, he's just disappears, and it disappears from the screen. You try to get a mission, 5 to 10 minutes for it to progress for each step that should have been seconds, right? So it's just an unplayable experience. And to call this the live servers and to run ads and to the issue for me is we have not gotten to play 318. We have just not been able to play 318 yet. You have 317 experience was not a good one. 318 seemed really exciting, and then you didn't give anyone an opportunity to ever enjoy 318 because of your typical marketing strategies. Run an audible, do something different. Like it just shouldn't have been this way. The data should have been could have and should have been collected in the PTU. The event could be run after a couple weeks on live, being able, let people run their missions, let people earn rep, let people play the game. That's why people are upset. They're not upset about the bugs. They're not upset that this popped up during Xeno. For me, I don't want to speak for anyone. I always speak for everyone. That's silly. I'm only speaking for me when I say they. I just wanted a couple weeks of the game. Right? That's it. It's crazy. Let's continue. While these issues can be a hindrance in the short term, they are necessary and inevitable, and an inevitable step in the ongoing process to develop and strengthen our back end for big milestones ahead. Our team is committed to this and is very optimistic about the road ahead. Yeah, that's fine, right? Like, that's fine. The issue is the timing, your decision making. This is on you. Stop putting it back on us and saying this is normal. This isn't normal to run an event after you've created an experience where nobody can play your game, right? We ran into an issue. The back end has been band-aided for life, and it finally fell apart. And then it's our fault, again, for wanting to play the game and being upset about it, right? Like, that's the part that I just don't get. You didn't have to run Xeno at the time that you did. You didn't have to do the sale when you did it. You're doing it because it's almost May and you got to close your books for the fiscal year. That's what it is. Okay? That's what it is. Let's not forget what it is, guys. Epic month of May. All these things, everything happens in May because you got to have everything done by June. That's what it is. Let's not forget. Okay? It's okay. Just admit it. Don't lie and say you did this for testing reasons. You did not do this for testing reasons. Like, I don't call them liars. I don't use that word lightly. I yell at people when they use it. This is lying. It has to be. The interaction delay is not solely caused by the Xenothreat event. Of course not. We had it before in the PTU. Disabling the event would not be a quick fix, as the issue has existed prior to the event, as many of you have likely experienced. While disabling the event may provide temporary relief, it would only delay resolving the underlying problem. Our team is determined to address the issue comprehensively and promptly. Yep, that's the issue here now. Now it's okay. Well, what do? We've really put this issue out in the forefront. Now we got to keep the event running to gather all the data in order to complete it. Fine. You see my change in tone? Fine. I believe that's true. Right? But you could have done it. You could have started it now. Right? You could have started it now. No big deal. And then you work through these issues. You saw the problems in the PTU. You knew they were there, and you ran it anyway. That's the issue I have with you. Xylo, community team, marketing team, whoever is making these decisions. I'm sure Xylo will put on his armor and stand in front of whoever he's protecting, right? As like director of community management or whatever his job is, whatever his job title is. They're always changing over there. But somebody's making decisions poorly. And you cannot continue to defend a company who is making a bad decision and then covering it up for the sake of testing. And then their community defends them with the same rhetoric. It was about the decision making. It's not about the result. It was the choice to do it in the first place. The high traffic and ongoing Xeno threat event have increased the frequency of delayed interaction, which has allowed our developers to observe and analyze the problem in real time. They're actively testing and implementing potential solutions and evaluating their effectiveness. This process is iterative, and our team is committed to pinpointing the root cause and resolving the issue. We appreciate your patience and understanding while we work towards the lasting solution. Here's the deal. Every time they patch this, every time they do a hotfix, I'm going to jump in and see how it's going and give feedback on it, right? Because that's where we are now. The issue's out there. They tried a hotfix. It made things worse, I think, in the most recent hotfix that we just had. Things have gotten significantly worse. Maybe that's because things have been happening over time, whatever. But this is rough to play. Star Citizen's impossible to play right now. So now on the live servers, you got a testing only environment. On the PTU or Evocati, you got 319 over there, testing only environment. We're back to testers, you know? There's no playing. Captain Burks responded and got a lot of upvotes here. So if the interaction delay is partly caused by Xeno, why not temporarily turn it off until you resolve the issue? Yeah, he explained it though. Like that's what this is about. And this is it is what it is now. Now that the issue is out in the open and they want to fix it. So now you're a horrible person. You're a bad backer if you want them to turn it off now. Right? Because now they have a chance to prevent this from happening in 319. But let's see what else he has to say. CIG is doing a really poor job representing the community lately, and this would show you at least somewhat care about the playing experience. See, I don't think it's turning it off as much as it was never turning it on in the first place. Now that it's been turned on, they have a chance to fix it. I understand that PES is one of the biggest undertakings that CIG has done yet, but you guys need to be doing everything in your power to help the community have a playable live environment. You apologizing again and again, saying live is still a testing environment, only matter if you put action behind those words. Last I checked, the ads you've been running on YouTube say playable now, not testable now. Oh, geez. Absolutely dumpstered. If you guys release 319 and the issues persist, it's going to be a very bad look. Please take your time and make our game work before releasing the next patch. Here's the idea of sharing, like, to CIG, you're going to look bad if you continue this. Ship sales, Chris Roberts, Citizen Con, literally everything. They look bad in. They don't care if they look bad. Almost $600 million, Burks. Like that's one of the issues that we have here is no matter what, they're always looking bad and they're still killing it. They still have a game that you desperately want to play. I desperately want to play, right? And them looking bad changes nothing. Right? So that's like a big problem that we have here is no matter what they do, they still are just raking in money, which, you know, money does inform their decisions as like, hey, we're doing a good job. People are interested, so on and so forth, right? Where I am in 100% agreement with Burks, I guess, is that they have to take action. They have to do what they can do to give us a playable live environment. And that's why their hand is forced now, and they have to do what? They have to kill this bug. But this should not have propped up 24 hours after 3.18.2 went live. After you never told us that there wasn't going to be a partial wipe, where you told us there was going to be a full wipe. So people didn't play 3.18.1, so on and so on and so forth. So we had the opportunity to earn rep in 3.18.1 and earn money and items in 3.18.2. And yeah, the whole experience is just a mess. So this is terrible. This is a terrible situation, and I can't wait till it's over. Gib 319. Like, that's where I'm at now. I just don't care anymore. It's so bad.